Tourists ruin everything.
Welcome back
What the f?
to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit on down because today we're talking about tourists. God. I'll tell you something. Tourists are terrible. And I feel bad because I'm getting ready to be a tourist soon enough in Japan. My fat...
The different types of tourists is what you need to make note of, though. There's annoying tourists and there's normal tourists. People that like f with people in, you know, an area that's not where they're from, or f with people in general, or disrespecting cultures, or invading privacy. Yeah, those tourists are assholes. But if you're just somebody that's like, hey, I want to go see Japan, I want to go experience Thailand or Iceland or Norway, like, I don't think those people are assholes to want to travel.
Or soon enough in Japan. My fat ass is going over there, and I tell you, I'm going to have the utmost respect for everything that I possibly can, but I'm sure it's impossible to be totally, you know, 100% culturally respectable when I'm sure I'm maybe doing things out of the norm that are accepted over here. I don't know, but all I do know is that historically, online, tourists are some of the worst people imaginable. Most entitled.
Oh God, the selfie stick. Dude, go to Washington, D.C., man, too. That's like the only experience where, that's the only time where you experience annoying tourists in the U.S. is D.C., where there's just, like, you're literally trying to take a photo or have a conversation, and a motherfucker just runs up to you and just gets in front of you, starts taking their own pictures and videos, and they're like, oh God. And it makes you understand why people hate Americans.
Old pieces of shit you've ever seen.
New York. I mean, New York City's so big though that you don't really notice it.
Walking around, desecrating cultures, not really giving a good god about anybody but themselves.
Cringy.
I just want to talk about some of the terrible things that tourists have done in the world. Hell, there's probably
Boston, bro, it sucks. I don't know. I haven't really seen that many. I'm trying to picture where I see a lot. Where do you see a lot of tourists that come to the United States? DC, New York City, LA, maybe San Diego, yeah, Boston, Disney World in Florida, yeah, maybe Yellowstone, yeah, Times Square for sure, but that's also just crowded always. Bro, Atlantic City! Atlantic City! Every summer. Oh my God, chat, listen. Every summer, bro, because I fucking gamble all the time and I go to AC. I'll go to AC's beach and I swear to God, I will see tourists come out and take a picture of the dirty brown poop water. And they're happy. And I'm like, you chose to come here? You f***ing, like, I'm here, but that's because I'm from New Jersey. It's like a f***ing hour and a half drive. You're telling me you flew from another country and came to Atlantic City. Out of all places, go to Vegas. Yeah, go to Vegas. Atlantic City's a shithole. Half of the casinos are out of business. The only one that's really doing well is Ocean Casino and Borgata. And they're doing great. Every other one's in the gutter. There's crackheads everywhere. There's heroin. There's needles on the beach. There's needles on the beach.
Probably a long list that I don't even have myself, but these are some of the ones that I just wanted to talk about. Starting with our good friend.
But I love Atlantic City. You can get drunk on the beach. Oh, it's like you're in a shitty Bahamas. The ocean's worse. The sand's worse. Everybody's a dickhead, but I could get hammered on the beach. Can't do that in many places. Not allowed to get drunk on most beaches in New Jersey, and they have bars on the beach. Yeah, the drinks are $35, but they got a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville. They got a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville 40 feet from the beach. I can walk in and hear Margaritaville, and then I go, am I in the Caribbean?
Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali is a well-known IRL streamer whose claim to fame is
isn't he arrested in South Korea right now?
Being an unrelenting, unapologetic troll.
Why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money.
For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a fuck.
Swing on it. I'm a troll, dude. I'm just messing around.
He became
I genuinely think that's a lot of popular Kick streamers, though, is just being public nuisances for clout. Especially, like, up-and-coming streamers that don't have a following yet. You have to do extreme things to get followers there.
Well known for traveling around different countries.
Especially with the lack of user base on Kick. Dude, and Kick is going downhill now. They're losing everybody. Everybody's either going back to Twitch, stopping streaming, going to YouTube. All the people they signed said they fucking hated it.
Harassing innocent people. And on his trip to Japan in 2023, he was seen repeatedly making racist comments and referencing the bombings of Hiroshima and
Yeah, dude. I saw videos of him in like not like a 7-Eleven, but a convenience store where he was just blasting music and just being a dickhead for no reason. Just a regular family business where they're just trying to, you know, work their 9 to 5, go to bed, have a nice day. He's just sitting there being a kid.
Nagasaki to innocent Japanese locals, just being a real piece of shit.
Oh, it was in Japan.
Good. At one
I
point,
thought it was in South Korea. Who got arrested in South Korea? There's so many streamers that are getting arrested in either South Korea, Japan, the Philippines. It was him. He got arrested in South Korea too? No.
while on the train,
He did both.
and he taunted several passengers about how they were, quote, going to drop another atomic bomb. He did this yet again to a Japanese worker.
And who's watching this motherfucker though? Who's f***ing getting done their day at work and going, oh my god, Johnny Somali's live? Oh shit.
On a construction site before being screamed at and forced to leave. There was another incident inside of a restaurant in Osaka where Somali went live and purposely
Oh, this is what I saw.
blasted music from his phone to annoy workers. And this led to a $1,400 fine for, quote, forcible construction of business. Which this led to a
Bro, but it makes us look like assholes. It makes people hate Americans so much. Because it's like, there's just fucking 10 people that really are nuisances. Jack Doherty. Well, I don't even know if Jack Doherty's gone abroad.
$1,400 fine for him, which is probably just a slap on the wrist.
This little troll.
They asked him, like, are you making money off this? He's like, no, I don't make any money off it.
I don't make any money, I swear to God. He was found in Tokyo Disneyland Resort playing racially insensitive music to locals and filming their reactions without
Oh yeah, what an active chat. One guy.
their consent. On many occasions, Somali's actions have led to him being assaulted by locals. Not only do internet onlookers approve of this, but Johnny himself seems to love the notoriety that comes with inciting the violence. His repeated bad behavior eventually led him
It is not worth. Is that in one stream or total? It is not worth 234 subs to travel across the world. If that's the total sub count. That's total? That's not total. 234? No. No. Bro, that doesn't even cover the fucking flight and hotel.
to love the notoriety that comes with inciting the violence. His repeated bad behavior eventually led him to be banned from Japan.
Aww.
If anything,
You can get banned from a country.
I bet this dickhead, I bet he's like, hey, that's awesome. I'm banned from a whole country. Epic. But instead of learning his lesson, he traveled to Israel to continue his tirade in March of 2024. In Tel Aviv, he would continue to harass people to the point where he was chased down and beaten yet again.
Ow! Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey,
Then 2 days later, he was detained for sexually harassing a female police officer.
you a bad.
I'm just surprised none of these influencers like genuinely get curb stomped. Like going up to other people in a foreign country and just harassing them. Like they don't bring you in the back of an alley and like borderline kill you.
Bad bitch, I swear to God. You a bad bitch. I'll take you to dinner.
It's a prank. It's a joke. After the Israel trip, Johnny tweeted that he was going to travel to South Korea next and threatened to slap a member of the K-pop group BTS. During the visit, he kissed and performed a lap dance on statues of peace, which are meant to honor victims of Japan's wartime sexual slavery during World War II. So twerking and kissing it and joke around.
Dude, the thing is like, do you think he's making enough money to retire him when he's done? Because he's not going to get hired anywhere after. It's the same thing with me, but him on an extreme stance. You know what I mean? Like, he, in general, doing social media removes your capacity, unless you're kid friendly, removes your capacity to get a 9-to-5 job. I don't see him making enough money to where if he does this for 4 years, he could retire himself or open a business with investment money. Like, people ask me what I'm going to do when I'm done stream. I'm going to fucking invest in something to try and open my own business because I'm not going to fucking be able to work a 9-to-5. But regardless, it's just, I don't know, man. He's not, the benefit is not, even from a sociopath standpoint, what he's gaining is not overweighing the downsides.
Played obscenely loud noises on a subway, such as speeches by Kim Jong-un and North Korean propaganda music. Verbally assaulted a convenience store employee after he was refused alcohol. Then assaulted another lady by throwing an unknown liquid on her and slapping her camera out of her hands. Can we just say, great guy? Can we say that real quick? Just take a quick pause. Thank you for being such a good human being. Appreciate you.
Wait! We want to thank today.
Dude, there's gonna be like a news line where he gets like shot and killed in a fucking country, dude.
/Papa Meat. PDSdead.com.
Back. So now locals have been actively making the effort to find Johnny's whereabouts and teach him a lesson.
No! Dude, there's people in the countries that he goes to that are tracking him down while he streams.
Back. So now locals have been actively making the effort.
Oh my god. Wait, that actually just ruins... Not only is that him possibly getting killed, but also now he just can't stream because he's going to be constantly in fear of him getting, you know, hunted down on the street.
To find Johnny's whereabouts and teach him a lesson. I hope it's probably worse than just beating him up, because that just he doesn't seem to give a shit. Gets beaten up and he's just like... Radical. The first incident was when his phone was punched out of his hands by a man who had been watching his streams to find his location. Stream sniping became a regular occurrence for Somali during this time. Then Somali and his friend Jindo were jumped and assaulted by a group of people soon after. Even groups of Korean YouTubers began hunting him down. And at one point, every single one of them went offline at the same time, rumoring that they had just located him via his stream and prepared to attack. Didn't want to...
Yeah, because they can't stream them assaulting someone.
Make it easier to get in trouble for beating up this piece of...
Honestly, I wouldn't even beat him up. I would say just grab his camera and football spike it. Because then he's in a different country. It's going to ruin his stream. And then now he's just not making money. Like, you grab his camera, grab his mic from his lavalier mic, and just break it.
Shit. On Halloween, Johnny was punched in the face out of nowhere by a Korean YouTuber who was fed up with Somali's actions. And apparently, the assailant is another YouTuber by the name of Yoo Dal-gyeon, an ex-MMA fighter and UDT, the Korean equivalent of like a Navy SEAL, who was specifically hunting Somali down. Motherfucker is getting some legitimate heat. I love it. Most recently, on October 30th of 2024, South Korean parliament caught wind of Somali's antics. He has since been banned from leaving South Korea as an investigation began.
Is he still in South Korea now? Johnny Somali's been banned from leaving South Korea as the streamer faces over 10 years in prison.
Regarding illegal drug use and assault charges. South Korea has intense laws prohibiting illegal drugs, and Somali may face up to 10 years for this crime. Meanwhile, the assault can lead to the max sentence of 2 years. In total, the potential fines for both crimes may reach up to $76,000. Don't let him leave. And just keep him around for a while. Throw him in a cage. I don't know. Do what you have to do. I'm a troll! I'm a troll! Some guy just comes over and is like, elbow drops on his head. But this is just one of the more notable cases that happened recently that kind of led for this video to be made. And even it's weird getting ready to go to another country and to even think that you
I don't want to say I understand public nuisances more in the US, but you can get away with doing that shit in a country you're from, especially the US, easier. How does he not fear, like, that? What's happening right now is the fear that other public nuisance streamers have for why they don't do what they do in other countries. You could be a dickhead in public in the US. Worst thing, yeah, you get a misdemeanor. But if you go to a foreign country as a non-citizen and you around, like, you might get thrown in jail in a foreign prison.
Going to a country that you don't speak the language, it's not your culture. It's almost like being invited into your friend's house for the first time and you're just kind of like completely, you don't want to touch anything.
I don't think he would get arrested. I think if he went to Russia and did that, I think somebody would kill him. I don't think somebody would kill him. I think he would mysteriously disappear and die. If Johnny Somali went to Russia and tried to stream and be a nuisance, I think randomly one day the stream would cut out and I think we would just get wind of it 3 years later. Oh, he died of a heart attack.
Their dad's like sitting in the lazy boy just looking at you. Right. I'm just here to hang out. It's not a big deal, right? You can't stay for dinner. Or we could talk about Americans harassing Japanese geishas. You ever see that movie, Memoirs of a Geisha? DVD cover scared me when I was a kid. It actually did. I just saw like The Grudge or something like that too, and I was like, huh. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. In Kyoto, Japan, there's been a serious issue with what is referred to as geisha paparazzi. Geishas are women that are trained in traditional Japanese arts like singing, dancing, and playing music, and they often perform entertainment for wealthy clients during parties. As they walk along the streets of Kyoto, tourists rush to take photos of them.
See, like, who the fuck is this woman, bro?
Parties. As they walk along the streets of Kyoto,
doing a fucking
tourists
like a turtle walk
to take photos
to take a fucking image of this woman. How weird that is, too.
of them. I mean, that
Just taking pictures of random strangers.
video of that woman, that fat woman, like, she's like, keeps getting up and she keeps taking photos, so she has to keep running up. The geisha is definitely just like walking in paths like, please stop this, but too weirded out to say anything. Good God. Maiko, or teenage geisha.
And why is it old people, bro? Like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's more forgiving, but there being like a dumb teen or like a young person doing it in their 20s would make more sense than like a 50, 60-year-old woman that's had life experience and recognizes like, hey, maybe you shouldn't walk up to random people and take pictures of them.
Apprentices are very young, making it even more inappropriate to treat them as some sort of attraction. And in 2019, the Gion, a historic neighborhood in Kyoto, pushed to ban photography. And in 2024, Kyoto has now banned
Fine up to 10,000 yen. How much is that in USD? $63. Yeah, up the fine a little bit.
tourists from parts of the
$63.
Geisha district. You can't even go there anymore because people are just the worst. Because they're just like, look, you're so cute. This was due to the rise of aggressive tourists going so far as to chase down women and tug at their kimonos desperately to take photos. Please stop! Some would even pull out their hair ornaments and hit them with cigarette butts. The locals fear that the over-tourism after pandemic.
Dude, that's also just like, why do you need to take a picture of them? Obviously, it's something that's not it's not something we casually experience in the US. But I mean, in that aspect, if I'm walking down the street of Japan and I see a woman going to perform, I would go, oh, that's cool, and I would absorb the experience and move on with my day. I don't understand the whole idea. Like, obviously, I vlog my trips, but my vlogs are really shitty a lot of the time because I also want to experience the trip myself. I don't want to experience it through a camera. And that's also why I bought a GoPro, so I could just strap that shit to my chest and walk around and forget about it. Because I don't want to say it ruins the trips. If you're going to experience a concert, a show, a comedian, anything for that matter, or even tourism, and the whole time you're just filming shit, it makes it as if you didn't even go there. It's like you went there, but you're living through the video rather than you living the experience and just remembering that.
We'll continue to,
especially if it's like something cool alone. Have you ever had like a nice sunset alone? That's such a nice experience to value. Sitting on the beach alone, seeing a nice sunset or whatever in your car, and you're just, I don't know, man. Don't take a fucking picture of it. Absorb it, and that's for you.
to cause further harassment as well as increased in litter. Yeah, of course. Can you imagine being like, let me take a picture? Do you think that's people being like, all right, fine, you, and flicking at you to get their attention? Hey! Did I scare you? Did I get you?
Well, a lot of times they're like this. Like, don't look at me.
My God. Nick is going to Japan with me. I gotta keep an eye on your ass, dude. That was unbelievable. Or we could talk about tourists leading to animal harm. Are you having a good day? I'm here to ruin it. I hope you're having a bad day now, because that's what this video is trying to do. This is a comedy video, I swear. Not only do bad tourists lead to locals being harassed, but in many horrific cases, their needless, selfish actions have led to the direct harm or killing of wildlife. Make sure to keep that smile up. You smiling? Let me see that smile. Buckle up. We're gonna talk about animals dying.
How are people killing animals as tourists, though?
Like the death of a baby dolphin. In 2017,
What? Oh my God. Oh my God. They took it out of the water. Obviously, yeah, like breathes air, but they're just mobbing it. They take it out of the water and start hoisting it up like they're at a rock concert.
a baby Francicana dolphin was found on its own on a resort beach in Mojakar, Almeria. Is this the Chronicles of Narnia? Where the f is that in the world? Near a large group of tourists. Oh, good God. The small animal was separated from its mother and was weakened and afraid.
No.
Was certain as a few short interactions and photos by the tourists became much more chaotic. Soon, a swarm of people surrounded the dolphin to pick it up, pet it, and pass it around to let everyone take selfies with it.
Bunch of dumb kids. I would scream at my kid. If he went to go touch that dolphin. I'd be like, back the f up. Put that thing back in the water. Why are you holding that? Oh, let me touch it. Oh, look at its snout. Because kids are stupid and they don't understand. They don't understand. Have you ever seen a kid try to like pet a dog or a puppy? They're not gentle with it. Every single time they're like, oh, look, a dog. They don't understand, like, dude, you're gonna shatter its bones.
With it. This photo is haunting. That is horrible. I'm sick to my fucking stomach, dude. As they cannot stay out of water for very long, the baby dolphin eventually died due to dehydration. In some of the
Oh my God.
photos taken early on, you can see that children were covering its blowhole.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's breathing through this. Oh. That pisses me off, dude.
To marine wildlife rescue groups, the dolphin was scared for its life the entire time and could have been easily saved if authorities were alerted upon its discovery. It was also noted that the Francicana dolphins are an endangered species.
The threatened species only exist in a few Latin American countries.
Bro, honestly, though, it's these two dads, bro. The ones that are holding it right now, and then everybody's crowding around it.
And with fewer than 30
Why didn't they look at it in the water? That would make more sense if he held it in the water. This motherfucker took it out of the water and went, I have a dolphin. Look.
30,000 left in the water.
Honestly, I'm getting fucking depressed. Did we have to include that the fucking children were covering its blowholes, dude? Can we not have just left it with the fucking selfie, the dehydrated selfies, dude? You just had to be like, also, the kids were putting their little fingers in its blowhole. It couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe. They were fucking suffocating it. The news reporters should go up to those kids and be like, you killed that dolphin.
Oh, good. Let's talk about the death of a seal. Pup. In 2022, 2 tourists killed a baby seal pup in an attempt to take a selfie with it. Why
Wait, they killed it and then tried to take a selfie with it?
tourists killed a baby seal
After trying to take a selfie with it.
pup in an attempt to take a selfie with it? Why do people
I wouldn't touch it. Dude, I've pet wild deer and shit, like, on their snout. But if I ever tried to take a picture with one, I wouldn't grab it. I would literally just stand next to it and take a picture. That makes more sense to me. I would not pick up any wild animal that's, like, away from its mother, especially, too. A baby seal. I might get up to it and be like, picture. And then walk away.
like selfies?
Honestly, I'd probably just take a picture of it. That's what I would do. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I saw a baby seal, I would zoom in, take a picture of it, and then maybe see how close I could get to it. And then it'd probably just run away.
So much. Selfies are so fucking gay. It's unbelievable. Leave it in too. I said it. They're gay. Leave it in. The Great Basket Island in County Kerry, Ireland is home to over 1,000 seals and is often having to put up with misbehaving tourists interacting with them. The two of them reportedly took the baby seal from the beach and chucked it into the ocean.
What?
Seals and is often having to put up with misbehaving tourists interacting with them. The two of them reportedly took the baby seal from the beach and chucked it into the ocean. Afterwards, they dragged it back onto shore in order to take selfies with it.
Is that it? Oh my God, is that a seal?
In order to take selfies with it. Get back over here. What kind of logic is that? What the f? Young seals spend their first 3 weeks of life being fed by their mother before they must fend for themselves. Because humans were interacting with the seal, the mom was scared off. Because of this, the pup was unable to feed, which led to its untimely death. It isn't just
Who the f just hit it with a crock? Oh, I'll f strangle that mother f.
no-name non-celebrities animals either, right? I mean, now even people are starting to throw things at Moodang, the little baby hippo, little pygmy hippo, which this year, a pygmy hippo by the name of Moodang, which means bouncy pork, who gives a f, took the world by storm after a series of viral tweets showcasing how cute and lovable and playful she was.
I wouldn't even play with a baby hippo, dude. Regardless, baby hippo, bro. Big hippos kill people. Hey, I'll feed them a watermelon. One of those videos where they go, and then they just plop a whole watermelon in their mouth. Love those videos, by the way. Top 10 favorite animal video. Okay. Dogs, whining in their sleep. Love that. Capybaras. Love that. Funny, cute otter noises. Love that. Hippos chomping down on watermelons. Definitely cats purring. Yeah, Penguins waddling, like a little baby penguin waddling. Love those. Oh, what are those things that... Chat, I'm going to reenact the animal. They're like laying down and they wake up in the morning. They go, meow. What is that? It's not a meerkat. I fuck with meerkats. Love meerkats. What is that? Not a groundhog. A prairie dog. Yeah, prairie dog. Prairie dog. Prairie dog and meerkats.
I even saw a TikTok of a girl.
Oh, and when raccoons steal shit. Yeah, when raccoons steal shit because they're little bandits. When somebody like walks out on their porch and it's just a raccoon holding something between his little paws, and because of the way his fur is shaped, it looks like he's wearing a mask, and he's just like.
Girl who's like, I'm traveling 14 hours to see Mudang, and she did that like 6 times. How much free time do you have, dude? It's a pygmy hippo. Get over it. Mudang is exhibited at the Khao Kyu Open Zoo in Sriracha Charu.
Oh, it's a pygmy hippo? I thought it was just a baby hippo.
Thailand. Whatever. As Mudang became a viral star, the zoo found ways to capitalize on her virality by opening up a merch line. Basically, they just started throwing Mudang on everything and selling it. This also just feels like torture, dude. I feel like these zoos. You know what I say? I say zoos. I don't zoos, man. If you're helping an animal out, sure. Why the do we have fat face coming up and being like, hey, polar bear?
I like when zoos help animals that would no longer be able to survive in the wild themselves due to like injuries and shit. But there are a lot of zoos that I don't actually even know. I went to the San Diego Zoo. I actually don't know if the San Diego Zoo is the San Diego Zoo immoral. I have no idea. But I don't like when they're like just using them.
Zoos, man. Probably some fucking guy getting paid minimum wage has like a hose spraying off a fucking like dying penguin. I don't give a shooting them in the back and shit. Totally. They even created a 24/7 live stream to see what she was up to at all times. It's awesome. Run around! Sadly, the notoriety Mudang brought to the Khao Kyu Zoo led to increasingly misbehaving.
God, I hate. Oh, I'm gonna piss some people off with this. Yo, what are we doing bringing a fucking full-size film camera to a goddamn zoo? Go into nature. Be one of those people that sits still for 6 days to find a bear come out of hibernation. Those are badass. They don't f with the animals. You're telling me you pay $20 to bring a fucking $15,000 camera with a $6,000 lens so you can take a picture of a hippo that's just sitting in a just sleeping in a cage? Yeah. Oh wow. Well, great photography, bud. Yeah, your pictures are gonna. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a edit. That's gonna go viral. Oh, look at the panda. Look at the panda at the San Diego Zoo. Pandas are back.
Sadly, the notoriety Mudang brought to the Khao Kyu Zoo led to increasingly misbehaving tourists. Because as soon as mouth-breathing fucking idiots get wind of anything, they have to ruin everything and anything. He's cute, huh? Hey, Mudang! Look at me! Look at me, Mudang! In order to get a reaction out of the pygmy hippo, people began throwing rocks and objects onto her. When tourists made their way to the zoo to see her, some were frustrated to see that she was laying down and not putting on a show. I'm a fucking liar. Hey! In response, many would toss things at her in hopes of capturing viral photos and videos, or simply to see her in action. People engaging in this behavior were threatened with legal action, and the zoo has since limited the amount of visitors allowed to see her at one time in order to keep things safe. They're probably beating the shit out of that fucking pygmy hippo. I'm never going to step foot inside another fucking zoo again in my life. I am not fucking going in.
You think in like 4 years, Mudang's gonna eat someone? Or not eat someone, kill someone?
Even like fucking, what do they have up in Japan? Capybara Cafe? Why the do I want to go to that now, dude? What a great life for you. Do you like this? A man helps a calf.
I don't know. I feel like capybaras, animals, here's my take with like, I think animals that are predators that need to like hunt, eat, and like roam a lot of land feel more, it feels more sad to see those in zoos than like a giraffe. Because a giraffe just like walks around, he gets to eat some leaves, and he doesn't have to worry about something killing him. Capybara is just a rodent. He gets food fed to him, he gets to take little baths. I feel like a capybara is probably chill with it.
Rejoin a herd, and it leads to its death. Is this, are we just talking about animal death, or is this still about tourists? In 2023, a newborn bison had to be put to death after a tourist interfered with its herd. This video might break me. It occurred in Wyoming at the Yellowstone National Park when the herd was crossing a river together. As they climbed up onto the roadway, a man noticed that one was left on its own. Seeing that it was struggling to walk up the steep hill, the man picked the bison up and pushed him the rest of the way. This seemingly good deed
Oh, but he thought he was doing a good thing. No.
It causes issues for wild animals, as interfering with a young offspring can often result in the herd rejecting it and leaving it behind out of fear. And they noticed that it began to continuously approach the other cars and people on the road. To keep it from endangering innocent people, park officials ultimately had to euthanize it. In return, the man could possibly face a misdemeanor charge for disturbing wildlife, as well as charges that can carry up to 6 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. Just seems excessive. Are you gonna go to your mom? Are you gonna go to your mom?
I don't know if he should be in trouble for that. If he thought he was doing the right thing. Because it's like, dude, I don't know, man. If I saw, like, I'm just thinking in my head. I mean, obviously, I'm not near any bison. But say I saw, like, a deer that, like, couldn't cross a river. Like, would I instinctively go and help it? I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to see it die.
Speaking of Yellowstone, there are a lot of videos of people getting too close to bison and they just get completely destroyed. Let me see this little girl get tossed up. I want to see a smile get put on my face. Ah, you stupid little bitch. I love it. I like how other people just like, they left the little girl on her own. She's like, oh my God. You know, is that the Buffalo Wild Wings bison, you think? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want more of that. Give me more child death. I like that more. Also, tourists like to fall into the hot springs and dissolve, which is fun. Tourist. We're not going to Japan.
Dude, when I was in Iceland, they had to have signs everywhere at the geysers that said, "This is really hot water," basically. Do not touch this water. And I'm sitting there like, are people really that stupid that they're going to jump into a geyser? Yes.
Anymore. I'm refunding the tickets.
Not knowing that it will melt them to a pulp.
Or I can talk about Chinese tourists who go nuts for jumbo shrimp. What is that?
You just have like a fucking buffet. A jumbo shrimp! We need a move!
Talk about animals getting euthanized, little girls get hit by bisons, and now Chinese people loving jumbo shrimp. During dinner at a Thai buffet in Chiang Mai, a chaotic scene takes place when a horde of Chinese tourists charge a pile of jumbo shrimp. Okay, there's no way of me saying this cannot be racist.
Isn't shrimp so common though?
A horde of Chinese people flooding a pile of jumbo shrimp? In a video released in 2016, you can see people
3 full plates.
shoveling shrimps onto their plates. Some are using a second plate as a utensil to shove more shrimp onto the first. Okay, I mean, I'll be honest, it's a lot of shrimp. Motherfuckers love their shrimp. Holy hell. God damn, they all look so serious.
Yeah, that's me with chicken wings though.
Too. Not one of them have a smile on their face.
For real, that's me with chicken wings. You get some buffalo wings, some lemon pepper wings. You put like a tub of that. I might fight somebody for them.
It doesn't look like any of them are happy to even be there. They're all just like...
Chinese tourists got a lot of money, so they would go into like Thailand or Taiwan and basically be very rude.
They have that shrimp money now, huh? I want all the plates of shrimp I could possibly get. Commentators were appalled at the viral video, especially after seeing the aftermath photos revealing how much food had gone to waste.
Well, they didn't even eat that?
After the whole ordeal. I don't even want it. Nah, I'm good. I'm stuffed. I ate 2 pieces.
I don't know, man. I can't eat shrimp that aren't, like, not deveined, but like, when they, I don't like you peel shrimp that have their head on. I'm fine with you peel shrimp, and I've gone shrimping before, and I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I went shrimping, and I got 2 buckets of them bitches in Florida one time, and I remember sitting in a yard, just popping their heads off. No problem. It was fun. I'm not even gonna lie. That's some psychopath shit. I remember it was fun catching the shrimp, preparing my own food. But I don't want it on my plate cooked with the head on, the legs on, the tail on, the eyes on. Pop that shit off while it's raw, you know?
Food had gone to waste after the whole ordeal. I don't even want it. Nah, I'm good. I'm stuffed. I ate 2 pieces of jumbo shrimp. Nah, I'm good, actually. China experienced significant food scarcity during periods like the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. As a result, having an abundance of food became a symbol of prosperity and success. For some, ordering more food than necessary is a way to demonstrate wealth and
But why shrimp?
overcome past hardships. I just ordered this because you should see like a Mercedes-Benz. It's like having a pair of Gucci sunglasses or something like that. Jumbo shrimp. I like just like the one slice of watermelon. We did also want to get the watermelon in there too, because watermelon pairs very nicely with jumbo shrimp. Tourist flips a boat after refusing to stop taking selfies. During a gondola ride in Venice last year, Chinese tourists were launched into the water due to selfish groups' desire to take as many photos as possible. You know me with Chinese tourists and photos, dude. Up in Alaska, when I proposed to my wife up in Alaska, we went to go see the Northern Lights, whatever. I swear to God, there was 30 tourists with cameras dead sprinting back and forth, taking all these fucking photos. Like, unbelievable. To the point,
Bro, I've heard that the Northern Lights are kind of mid and that all the photo, it's easier and better to capture on a photo than it is with your eye. And it's just like very faint and just kind of like, when you see the Northern Lights in images or videos, they just look like breathtaking. But in actual practice with your eyes, you might see like this. Like, it'll be like, ooh, the Northern Light.
where you were like, just take it in for a second, man. You're like, ah! They were shifting in every direction to take videos and photos, which became problematic when the gondolier had to sail the boat under a bridge. He insisted that the passengers stop standing out of their seats and take photos, but nobody listened. Because of this, the boat was unable to stay balanced and tipped over. In a video posted online, you can see the groups of tourists crying as they desperately try to get out of the ice-cold canals.
Also, those canals are fucking disgusting.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That being oh God, you know what, good, let him fall over, man. I've experienced my own pain. I'm not gonna die on this hill. Or we could talk about all the times that tourists go to really nice places and they like to just say f it and vandalize all the property there, because that's fun, because every place on earth is like your job's bathroom. Ancient temple, the exact same as my Amazon warehouse's job bathroom. I can just take my car key.
Nah, nothing's worse than the bathrooms at like very popular college bars. You just piss on the floor, dude. Like empty beer cans or cups full of piss in a male bathroom, toilet paper on the ground, vomit on the floor. There's like a little poop maybe on the wall. You just walk into the bathroom, just toilets clogged to the brim. I've had that happen. There was a frat party that had that problem too. Didn't care. I walk in, the toilet was to the brim, clogged with toilet paper, shit, a beer can. I just pee right on top of it. It starts flowing down. There's maybe a centimeter inch thick, like, you know, glaze of water and like beer all over the floor. You wear your shitty shoes to a frat party, so it doesn't matter. This was like 2 years ago. And I just walk into the bathroom, just pee right into the toilet. It just drips down. I just walk out. No problem.
Keys out and just start carving my name into it. Good time. Which we can talk about tourists defacing the
Pledges feel that pain. Yeah, they're the ones cleaning it.
Kyoto bamboo trees. One of Japan's most ancient and popular sites, Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. It is known as the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which are precious historical places representing a major stage of Earth's history. Not just Japan, f***ing Earth, the planet we live on, okay? Despite the delicate nature of the site, 100 bamboo trees were found tainted with carvings in 2018.
No.
Like the pandas eat them, they can't be that cool, right? Tourists from all over the world would pass by this landmark, carving their names and other words into the bamboo to commemorate the experience. Because bamboo trees are connected to their roots, doing this not only endangers the carved tree, but the ones around it. This leads to tampered trees being chopped down. Disrespectful actions like this.
Wow, so if they fucking carve their name into it, it basically ensures that it'll
This
die.
could lead to tourist spot being closed down for good in order to continue preserving this historical landmark. And according to the manager of the forest, what the f does he look? What kind of, is he a centaur? He was past the stage of anger and feeling deep sorrow. It's that thing where it's like when you go into like a museum, is your first inclination to be like to touch things? No, you're just observing respectfully, right? Oh, this is beautiful. Also,
dude, I love museums now. I hated them when I was in school and when you would go out on a field trip in like 4th grade. Now, dude, yeah, go to a museum. You're going to show me some ancient weaponry. You're going to show me a fucking flail that was used to kill people in the 1600s and a weird document that's untranslatable that's on a rock. Yeah, that's fucking badass. I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read the whole paragraph and go, wow, that's pretty sick.
who the f wants their
I remember one time, dude, I don't even know where the museum was. It was probably in fucking Philadelphia or New York, but it had a genuine mummified body like on display in a glass case. And I remember just going, imagine being that dead guy, but like right before he dies, and they like mummify him, they go, you're gonna be on display in a glass case in 5,000 years.
Stupid ass name like Steven carved into a fucking piece of bamboo, idiot. God, man, people suck. Tourist and fiance tried to carve their names into the Colosseum. Yeah, the Roman Colosseum.
Wow.
It's romantic. UK visitors, of course they're UK people. UK visitors to the famous Roman Colosseum are facing possible jail time for defacing its walls in order to commemorate his time there with his girlfriend. He's just his girlfriend, dude. She's like, we should get tattoos. He's like,
Yeah, I would never do that shit. I've carved my name into like a tree in the middle of the woods, but like a fat ass oak tree.
why don't we just carve our name into the wall? The motherfucker's trying to get out. The Colosseum is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Once again, fucking Earth. We learned about this already. While Ivan Dimitrov attempted to carve Ivan plus Haley, that's a terrible collection of names. Ivan Dimitrov Haley. While Ivan Dimitrov attempted to carve Ivan plus Haley 23 on the wall, he noticed that he was being filmed by a bystander that began verbally chastising him. This man then gave the footage to security. Love that. I love.
I mean, yeah, dude, that's going to a fucking historical landmark and defacing it with your name. Being Haley and Ivan were dating. We were here. Are we gonna get married? I don't know. We've been dating for 6 months. I'm gonna write this in on the wall to like commemorate our relationship.
Love that like police hall monitor guy. Look at this.
Dude, that's literally the same thing as like walking up to the Lincoln. I would say it's worse. It's worse than walking up to the Lincoln Memorial and like literally carving your name into his fucking forehead. Because that shit's older. The Colosseum.
Cultural Minister Gennaro Sangriano referred to it as, quote, an act that offended everyone across the globe who appreciated the value of archaeology, of monuments, and of history. That's a fucking deep insult, dude. Not even just being like, it's the Colosseum. He's like, archaeology. Monuments to mankind and history. You, sir, have spat in its face. I was just like, hey, bro. Easy, bro. Take my demo tape. He was caught by police and faced legal proceedings. A long and apologetic letter was sent to Rome's mayor as his lawyers made a plea bargain to request, don't let it happen, dude. Fuck him. Fuck him. Yeah, what day can I not call? I have key. If I have key, can I not carve? It's like, no, start your fucking car, moron. Or we could talk about teenagers who carves his name into a 1,200-year-old temple in Japan. While visiting a Buddhist temple in Nara, Japan, a Canadian teenager named Julian carved his name into a wooden pillar using his fingernails. Every Julian I've ever met, some of the weirdest fucking human beings on earth. Also, Julian, really? Took his rat teeth and was wheedling them down. He's like,
sharpen his fucking fingernails.
Julian, that's my name.
The young man insisted that he did not intend to insult or disrespect their culture. I put my name there because I thought the place was sick. It's gonna not just think some place is cool.
Too.
Okay, fine. Regardless, actions like this can result in heavy fines and years of imprisonment. Due to his age, he likely will not be charged with anything severe. I think it should be the death penalty. I'm kidding.
No, I was gonna say maybe fine him a lot.
I'm joking. I'm fucking around. Or we could talk about how tourists break a 150-year-old statue for pictures. 17 German tourists, while on vacation in northern Italy, shattered a 150-year-old statue in an attempt to take a fun photo.
No.
It's going to fall and then will catch.
Yo, that's me when I go into Goodwill and this literally happened the other day. I went to a Goodwill and I was touching this weird ass doll and I went to turn to Brooke and be like, why is this here? And the head popped off and I just went and I put it back. Well, this is way worse, but similar experience.
Catch it. And it would be very funny. In the video captured by security cameras, you can see the group stepping over the water to stand next to the statue. While taking the photo, a buddy on the other side jokingly pokes at him with a wooden cane. Was he a vaudeville character with the phone? He's like, it's just like my mother used to do to us, right? As the man falls into the water, they bring down the entire statue, which crumbles upon hitting the ground.
Dude, the oh fuck moment. How much do you think they're gonna charge you? Imagine that's an Airbnb. Yeah, that'll be a fucking $10,000 fine.
The cringe. The absolute cringe. Yeah, oh, mein bad. Ist kommen to mein Geburtstag still? I don't know. The work known as Domina cost about $218,000 and was precious to
Gulp?
the location. Obviously. It is not known yet if the tourist will be charged or forced to pay for the damages. What? Justice! I demand justice.
Goal? Dude, I would shit my pants if they were like, dude, that's $250,000. I would have assumed like $20K they would charge you. $200,000.
Talk about other people smashing stuff, like when tourists smashed some Vatican statues. In 2022, an American tourist smashed 2 ancient Roman sculptures at
Purposefully?
the Vatican in a blind rage. Of course, dude. Probably another Julian. In the Musei Caramanti Museum, an adult man entered and aggressively insisted that he speak to the Pope Francis. Obviously, he was denied the request.
He walked into the Vatican and demanded to speak to the Pope himself.
I want to talk to the Pope. They're like, no, we can't. He's like,
He's busy.
Well, I'm gonna fucking burn this place to the ground then.
God damn! He responded in anger by hurling an ancient sculpture to the floor. Vatican staff and security began to chase after him, and on his way out, he toppled another one over. Oh, God.
You know what's crazy? If that was 1,000 years ago, the Catholic Church would have executed him. Oh, he would have been dead. They would have killed him.
The sculptures were not
Oh, it killed him for less.
fully destroyed, but severely damaged. The man was forced out of the museum and handed to the authorities. Reportedly, he had been in trouble in the past for gross indecency in the U.S. Black Friday, dude, I'm telling you. This is definitely a Black Friday Best Buy guy who's like toppling over little girls and shit. And if actions like this continue to take place, it is yet again another historical spot that will halt tourists from entering. Which I say, good. Don't let them in, dude. F us. We're all dumb. This is, we're not going. Seriously, Japan trip canceled. We're not going now. You know where we're gonna go? We're gonna go Yellowstone. We're all gonna throw ourselves into the hot springs. Or an 18-year-old American lights 7 fires in Tokyo. That's you when you're denied Asian pussy. That was a stray. I'm sorry. That was a stray. He did this not just once, but 7 times in various parts of the region. 1 fire wasn't enough. I better do this.
What motivates somebody to just randomly do that, though? Like a bored teen that just wants to go fucking wreak havoc? Anime villain? Oh my god, do you think he actually perceived himself as like an anime villain? He was like really into a fucking evil-esque manga, and he was like, I'm going to avenge my family.
7 times.
I must burn down this 7-Eleven.
In total. He was arrested after being caught lighting a fire in Nihonbashi. As the police began an investigation, they were able to tie 6 other nearby
I have the power of fire on my side.
fires within 1.2 mile radius to the same person. Imagine lighting 7 fires, like barely over a mile. Most instances were trash cans lit on fires. Is it the same guy?
Ah! They found me. Time to make my quick getaway. We can still see you. What? My cloak of invisibility has failed.
When he was questioned by police to his motives, he told them that he did not remember anything that occurred. This man was arrested on charges of arson and further investigation is underway. So at least he's arrested. Or the Torii Shrine gets destroyed with coins from tourists. In 2018, tourists inadvertently destroyed the Ikushima Shrine's Torii gate.
To earn good luck?
This Torii is placed in the middle of a bay, but is able to be visited up close when the tide is low. This is when tourists come to take photos and videos. The lower parts of the gate that are often submerged in water are noticeably damaged. Over time, tourists began shoving coins in these cracks as an attempt to bestow some kind of good luck. Not only does this donation technique fit with traditional donation practices, the cracks are being enlarged due to the coins and slowly destroying the Torii. Over time, it is believed the gate will be severely damaged if this practice continues, which we all know.
I mean, can they restore it, though?
Know that it will. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna be destroyed because people are terrible. And then lastly, we're gonna talk about a couple who tried to steal over $1 million in wine. Or tourist. We're gonna steal $1 million in wine. Last year, 2 tourists were in prison for stealing 1.
Oh my god, can we get a Costco guys fucking round the world series? We get AJ and Big Justice conquering fucking Japan.
$6 million in bottled wine. Priscilla, a former Mexican beauty pageant star, and her partner,
Oh wow, this will get 5 big booms.
Boom! Constantine, stayed at a luxury hotel.
Oh, we're sorry to hear about your brother's passing. He gets 5 big booms.
Boom! Boom! That was next door to a Trio, a 3 Michelin star fine dining restaurant in Spain. After eating at the restaurant, they went on a group's tour of the wine cellar, which featured vintage bottles that cost up to $371,000 apiece. Using the information from the tour, the 2 of them returned to their hotel room to plan their heist. It began with Priscilla ordering room service late into the night, around 2 a.m., when only one man was working the front desk. As he left to deliver it, her husband stole his key card and used it to gain access to the wine cellar. This is I was going to say movie. You gotta believe that. They made off with 45 bottles of high-priced wine and escaped at around 5 a.m. They were
Honestly, if you were gonna rip this heist, just steal one bottle, because they might not notice. 45, they're fucking noticing. They're noticing 45 bottles are gone. One bottle, somebody redeemed flex. One bottle, though, $200,000 bottle.
ultimately caught and arrested at the Albanian-Croatian border. Both of them were sentenced to several years in prison for armed robbery and were forced to pay 753,000 euro, which is basically $800,000. The couple has the ability to appeal the court's decision and seem to want to do so under the lawyer's claim that 45 bottles do not fit into 2 sports bags. This case is still ongoing. I mean, 45 bottles, Your Honor, into 2 Nike bags. Like, we have video footage of
Hey, that's a fair take, though.
you. Please. All I know is this. Tourists are terrible. Like I said, I'm canceling my flights. We're not going. No more. We're not doing it. I'm never stepping into a zoo again. All I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in my house and I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry over the atrocities of the world and these tourists. And all I can do is beg God to forgive us all. I don't.
All right, that was a good video. I enjoyed watching that, though.